Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to our final maths session of this half term. So yesterday we finished our unit on time. So today we're going to be doing our review, where we're going to be looking at a number of different questions and applying what we have learned. So we're going to start, as always, with our do now. So you've got your arithmetic questions. If you want to pause the video and have a go and come back when you're ready to mark it. Okay, hopefully you have had a go at those, and again you're beginning to challenge yourself with some of the ones on this side. So let's have a look at the answers. They're all on your screen now if you want to pause and mark it and come back when you're ready to move on. Okay, well done. Make sure you are editing those and having a look at where you went wrong if you didn't quite get some right, but hopefully we've remembered all of our skills. So we're going to get started. I'm going to take you through one question at a time. So I'll give you time to pause the video and then we're going to mark it together. If you would rather just go away and do the answers on your own and then come back and have a look at all of the questions at the same time, that is entirely up to you. But I'm going to be taking you through the answers as we go. You can print the sheet off at home, of course, if you've got a printer, but you don't need to. All of the questions you can write down in your book or on your paper at home. There are a couple of questions where it's got an option to draw the hands on the clock. You don't need to do that. You can just write your answer down in words or in digital time. So don't panic if you're not able to print it. You can do all of these without printer. But you have got the Word document there, so do have it open and do the questions off there, or they are all on this video as well. Okay, let's get started. So this is question number 1, and what I'd like you to do is convert each amount of time. So I just want you to think beforehand, how many seconds are in 1 minute? How many minutes are there in an hour? How many months are in a year? And they also learnt how many days are in a week as well. So make sure you've recorded all of those. Maybe you want to write them down, and then you can get on with the question when you are ready. So pause the video, have a go at converting each one, and then come back when you're ready to mark it. Okay, I'm going to show you the answers now, so make sure you have paused the video and had a go at this before, and you're ready to mark. So 1.5 hours is equal to 90 minutes. 12 minutes is equal to 720 seconds. 1 year and 4 months is 16 months. And then 30 months is 2 years and 6 months. 100 seconds is 1 minute and 40 seconds. And 192 minutes is 3 hours and 12 minutes. So I'm just going to wait for a moment so you can pause the video if you want to go through those in a bit more detail. And then we'll move on. Okay, hopefully you're feeling confident with that, because we have spent a few lessons looking at that and we have been practicing, and we will keep doing that when we get back to school in our maths meetings. But let's move on to question number 2. Okay, so you've got a few different clocks there, and what you need to do is write the times shown on each clock in digital. So remember, that's when we have our colon in the middle and our hours and our minutes. So remember, when we're doing digital, we don't do past or to. We're just counting how many minutes have passed from the hour. So look at each clock really carefully, and as you can see, they're in analog, so it says PM or AM. So you do need to make sure you've got that after your answer as well. So pause the video, write down what is showing on each clock, and come back when you're ready. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go and you're ready to mark. Do pause the video if you're not ready, because I'm about to show you the answers. So the first one, I can see it's almost at 1 o'clock. It's not quite at 1 o'clock yet, and it's gone right around to 55. Oh, so that should, sorry, there's a mistake on there. That should say 12:55, because it's not quite 1 o'clock yet. It's going to be 1 o'clock. Number 2. It's gone right around 45 minutes, and it's not quite 10 o'clock yet. So it's 9:45 a.m. The next one, it's just slightly gone past 12. So I know my hour is going to be 12. And then if we can count really carefully, it's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. A little bit tricky to see, but hopefully you could have zoomed in on your separate sheet. So it should be 12:18 p.m. And then finally another one with minutes. So I can see it's just gone past 11 and we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 minutes past. So it should be 11:24 a.m. Okay, so hopefully you've managed to have a go at those. Do pause it and have a think about it if you're not quite sure still, and then come back when you're ready to move on. Okay, so question number 3. So which 24-hour clock shows 10 past 1 in the afternoon? So you've got 5 different times there to look at, and you're looking for 10 past 1 in the afternoon. So either write down the correct answer, or if you're doing it off the sheet and you've printed it, you can circle the correct answer. So have a look at those times. Which one is 10 past 1 in the afternoon? So hopefully you're ready to mark. So 10 past 1 in the afternoon, well, I'm looking for something that's telling me 1, okay? And these I can see are in the 24-hour clock. So the afternoon, it would have to be 13. And 10 minutes past is the minutes here. So it's this one here that is showing 10 past 1 in the afternoon. Okay, the next one. Ooh, excuse me, let's get rid of that. Which 24-hour clock shows 5 past 3 in the afternoon? Which 24-hour clock shows 5 past 3 in the afternoon? So remember, it's our 24-hour clock again, so think really carefully what 3 was in our 24-hour clock. So pause the video if you haven't had a go already, and then come back when you're ready to mark it. Okay, so we're looking for 5 minutes past. So it could be either this one or this one. This one's 3 minutes past and these two are 15 minutes past. So I know it's between these two here, 3:05 or 15:05. Now it's in the afternoon, so it could be this one, but I know 24-hour clock changes at 12 and then it goes to 13. So I need to do 3 add 12. Remember, we add on 12 hours. So 13 add 12 is 15. So it is this one that shows the 24-hour clock of 5 past 3 in the afternoon. So well done if you got both those correct. Okay, let's look at the next question. So you need to, on this one, complete the digital or analog to show the correct time. So for example, in the first one, it's circled AM. And we're doing the 24-hour clock, so I know that's in the morning, okay? So this one is going to be obviously 10 because it's not going to change because it's not PM. So think really carefully about your 24-hour clock. If you're not printing off the sheet at home, you can just write what the time is, okay, down in your book for these two. Don't worry about drawing the clock, okay? So off you go and come back when you're ready to mark. Okay, let's have a look together then. So as we spoke about before, the first one I know is AM, and 10 o'clock in the morning is going to be the same. So that is 10. Ooh, there we go. 10 o'clock is my hours. And then I need to count my minutes. 5, 10, 15. It's quarter past. It is 15 minutes past. So that's what it looks like in digital, 10:15. Okay, so we're going to just have a look at our clock on the next one. Just bear with me a second. Okay, so the next one, I need to draw 7:42. So if you've managed to have a go at this one at home, either on the sheet or drawing your own, well done. So the first thing I need to do is the hour hand. So if it's 7:42, that means that my clock hand would probably be slightly past the 7, okay? It's going to be more towards the 8 because it's getting closer to 8 o'clock, okay? So it's going to probably be about there, my shorthand, between the 7 and 8. So that is my hours, okay? Then I need to count 42 minutes to find out where my minute hand. So I know 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 40 is on the 8, then I need to count 1, 2. So I know my minute hand is going to pointing there. So make sure that your hands are the right way round. It should be the longer one pointing to 42 and the shorter one just past the middle of 7 and 8. Okay? Right, let's look at the next question. So this time I need to write the time. So it's PM. So I need to think really carefully about what my hour is going to be. So remember when I'm doing minutes past on this one, I'm just looking at how many minutes have passed till 12. So it's not minutes to. So I'm going to think about the minutes first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. I can see that's pointing at. So I'm going to put 46 here. Now, this is where we need to be a little bit careful. And remember, it's not 4:46 because it's not at 4 o'clock yet. I can see that that hour hand has not quite got to 4 o'clock. So it's actually 40 minutes past 3. So I should have 3 on this side of my clock. So it's 3:46. So well done if you managed to get that one correct. Okay, let's have a look now at the last one. So it's 21:27. So the first thing I need to, of course, do is know what is 21 in my 24-hour clock. So you might have remembered this, and as you get older, you will just remember what they are. But I know that I've added 12 onto the original amount. So if I find out what 21 take away 12 is, then I'll be able to find out. And I know that 21 take away 12 is equal to 9. So it's 9 o'clock in the evening, okay? Now I need to work that out first because I don't have a 21 on my clock, okay? Remember the analog only shows me the 12 hours, but I know it's PM because it's told me. So I need to now know that my hour hand is going to be pointing. Now it's 21:27. So it's nearly half past. So it's not going to be pointing right at the 9, remember. It's going to be more between the 9 and the 10 at this point. Okay. And then I need to do 27 minutes past my longer hand. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. Oh, it's not letting me draw. There we go. So it would be there. Okay. 21:27. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment. If you want to pause that just to check your answers, you can do that now, and then I'm going to move on to the next question. Okay, so now we're going to look at comparing time. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different questions there. You're comparing the 2 different amounts. So the first one is 2 weeks and 4 days or 15 days. So you're saying greater than, less than, or equal to. So remember that greater than symbol, the bigger section goes towards the largest number. So if I was to put 2 there, I can say 2 is greater than the number 1. Or I could say 30 is greater than 10. Okay, so that bigger side always needs to go towards the bigger number. Okay, pause the video when you're ready, off you go, and come back when you're ready to mark it. Okay, let's have a look at the answers together. So the first one, 2 weeks and 4 days or 15 days. So I can change either. I can either change this one into weeks and days, or I can change this one into just days. So you may have converted this to 2 weeks and 4 days. So 2 times 7 is 14. And then add on the 4, that would be 18 days. So I know that this one is bigger. Or you could have changed this one into 2 weeks and 1 day. So I still would have known that this one is bigger. Okay, the next one, 45 months or 5 years. So I think it's going to be easier to convert the years in this case because it's a little bit trickier to divide by 12. So I'm going to do 5 times 12 because there are 12 months in 1 year, which is 60 months. So 45 months or 60 months, it is 60 months. That is bigger. Okay, the next one, 201 seconds or 3 minutes and 60 seconds. Again, it's always a little bit easier to do multiplication than division. So I'm going to do here 3 times 60. I know 3 times 6 is 18. and then add on that 0 because it's actually times 60. And then I need to add on the 16 seconds. So add that all together is going to be 196 seconds. So a 201 or 196. So this one is greater. Okay, one more. Let's have a look. So 2 hours in how many minutes? 2 times 60 is 120. So this is 124 in total with those 4 minutes. So 124 or 119. So it's this one that is bigger. So I'm just going to pause for a moment if you want to just check your answers. You may have worked it out different to me. That's absolutely fine. But as long as your inequalities are going the correct way, then that's fine. Okay. Final 2 questions. You've got a couple of word problems to do now. So as I said, I've put here, write the answer if you cannot print. So if you can't draw it on the clock, that's absolutely fine. You can just write your answer, what you got, okay, using AM or PM. So Martha's family are going on holiday. Their flight was supposed to depart at 15:20. It was delayed by 23 minutes. What time did the flight leave? So you need to work out the answer. So it left 23 minutes late. It was delayed, remember, which means it was going late. So it was 23 minutes after 15:20. So draw a number line if you need to, like we did in yesterday's lesson, or you can work it out in your head if you can do that. And then draw your answer or write your answer. So come back when you're ready to mark it. Okay, let's have a look together. Hopefully you've had a go at that. Make sure you have paused if you haven't, because I don't want to give you the answers. So Martha was supposed to be going at 15:20, but it was delayed by 23 minutes. Oh dear. Now, I know that 23 and 20 added together is not going to take me past the next hour because it's less than 60. Okay, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So I can just add on the minutes. So 20 add 23, I know is 43. So the flight actually was leaving at 15:43. Okay, so I now need to make sure I've got that on my clock. So if you've drawn it, let me just show you what you should have got. So remember, 15 in the afternoon is 3 o'clock. So my hand for my 3 to show the hours for 15 would have almost been at the 4, a little bit past half, because we're 43 minutes past. So your hour hand should have been about here, a little bit past half. Then my minutes is 43, so I'm going to count from 12, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay, so my longer hand would be there. So that is the time on the clock. Now, I need to make sure I've circled AM or PM. And it's a 24-hour clock this, so I know because it's 15, it's past 12, it's going to be PM. So you should have written 15:43, or you should have circled PM and drawn this on the clock. If you've managed to do both, then even better. Fantastic, well done. Right, final question. A little bit tricky this time, so you'll have to use a number line to help you, which I will show you in a moment, but it was yesterday's learning, so hopefully you can have a go without me first. So let's just read it together. Mo ran the London Marathon in 2018 in 2 hours and 5 minutes. In 2019, he knocked off 17 minutes. How long did it take him to run in 2019? So be really careful what method you're doing here, what calculation, because he knocked off the time. It was 17 minutes less. So think carefully about what you need to do, and can you work out how long it took him? So pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, let's go through this last question together. So I know that 2 hours and 5 minutes was his original time, and then he's knocked off 17 minutes. So you need to give your answer in minutes this time. Hopefully you've managed to read that. A little bit trickier. So let's just take that through together. So I'm just going to pop up the visualizer and show you how we could work this out like we did yesterday. So 2 hours and 5 minutes. So it's a little bit tricky because I've not got my clock times, but we can use our number line like we did yesterday. So I've got 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I want to take away 17, so I'm going to be going backwards. So first of all, the best thing that I can do is go to the nearest hour because I'm 2 hours and 5 minutes. If I go backwards to 2 hours, I've only taken away 5 minutes there. But now I've got a nice easier number to help me work out the answer. So hopefully we can see that nice and clearly. So 5 minutes has already been taken away. So now I need to think about what else do I need to take away. So I wanted to take away 17 minutes. I've already taken away 5 minutes. So in my head, 17 take away 5. I know 17 take away 5 is equal to 12. So I need to take away another 12 minutes to find his new time. So I've got 2 hours and I need to subtract 12. So 2 hours subtract 12. Now I want you to think, what am I going to be subtracting from? Hopefully you've managed to work this out. It's what we did yesterday. So it's 60 I'm subtracting from because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So it's 12 minutes take away from 60. 60 take away 12. So you can do it like this if you need to help you, or we should be able to do that in our head. So 60 take away 10 is 50, take away another 2 would be 48. So I know that my minutes is going to be 48 minutes. But I need to remember it was 2 hours, so I should still have 1 hour left. So I've done the first part. I know that his new time was 1 hour and 48 minutes, but the question asked me to give my answer in minutes. So I need to know what 1 hour and 48 minutes is in minutes. So 1 hour and 48 minutes, I need to convert. So I'm going to do 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. And then add on the 48 minutes. Okay, so I could do this in my head. Or if you want to write it out like this again, that would be absolutely fine. I know 60 add 40 is 100, and then add on the 8 is 108 minutes. So the answer you should have got for this one is 108. So that was his new time, 108 minutes in 2019. Okay, quite a tricky, challenging question at the end there, but remember the questions we do in school always get harder towards the end. So if you did manage to have a go at that, really well done for giving it a go. So hopefully you have, bear with me. So hopefully you found those okay and you've managed to answer lots of them independently, but do go back and keep practicing if you need to, and make sure over the half-term holidays you get adults to test you at home. Make sure you're looking at the clock and really thinking about the time, because it's so important that you keep practicing so that you can get used to it. But well done everybody, lots of great work at home this half-term. I'm so impressed with all your work on Seesaw. So you've got a holiday now, but as I said, do keep practicing, keep your times tables up and keep looking at the time to help you, and have a lovely break, and I will see you after the holidays. Bye everybody.